Hello everyone. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am just going to give you a very quick video on how the UK can sort out all our financial problems and, dare I say, all our problems in general. So I was doing a video earlier on and I mentioned this in brief, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a dedicated video and I'm going to put on the thumbnail, a message to politicians or something, because what's happening in the United Kingdom right now is absolutely criminal. And nobody is pointing to the actual problem of what's happening here in the United Kingdom. And the problem is simple. We're giving our money away to everybody else. All our money is leaving the United Kingdom and it's going and sitting in offshore accounts. Now, every time, bar none. And if somebody thinks I'm wrong, please put it in the comments and, articulate it correct and just put, Sean, I think you are wrong because of X, Y, and Z. But every time we see foreign investment, every time we hear the government saying we've managed to get X billions in foreign investment, ladies and gentlemen, foreign investment is equal to foreign wealth extraction. Be under no illusion. And I've said this so many times on live streams, on other videos, but I wanted to do a dedicated video. If you have an investment company, an investment portfolio, foreign investment, doesn't matter who, because you know what? They're all at it. They look at the United Kingdom and they say, right, okay, all I need to do is get in with an MP. Then I need to invest into that region, into that constituency. And then over the next 5 years, I will start to see a return on my investment. That investment comes from UK taxpayers and it goes and sits in foreign bank accounts. Now, the way this works, I would speculate, and my analysis, guys, this is my own work. I'm not insinuating anyone. But if you think this is happening in your region, in your constituency, just put it in the comments and let me know what you think. So, foreign investment, guys, okay? And I'm not meaning to insult anyone's intelligence, but investment kind of means you want to see a profit from your investment. Otherwise, it would be a gift, it would be a donation, it would be just a nice thing you are doing. So foreign businesses come to the United Kingdom and they say, right, okay, Mr. MP, Mr. Politician, whatever, whoever, I've got £5 million here that I want to invest in your economy. I want to give you £5 million because I'm a good guy. And then the politicians say, oh, yes, please, I would like that 5 million because it looks good. People can say I brought this much investment into this community. But what they don't understand is what happens after the first 5 years. So the first 5 years, for example, this 5 million goes into whatever industry, into the wherever. First 5 years, a normal investor would expect to see a return on their investment within 5 years. So year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is paying back that investment. So we're paying that back anyway. So they're not actually giving us any money. We're paying for that ourselves. Year 6, if they've invested 5 million, 5 billion, 5 trillion, whatever, it doesn't matter. The bigger the investment, the bigger the extraction. If we consider that they've invested 5 million and they want to see a return on their investment within 5 years, that means that each year they're taking 5 million out of our economy in profits, because that's what will be repaying that's what would be repaying that investment. Year 6, they've paid for everything. That's their profit stream. Year 6, they will be taking £1 million a year out of our economy. There isn't any other exception, guys, all right? If it's investment, they will want to see a return on that investment. That's how it happens. So every time you see the government or your local MP or anyone coming out there and saying, listen, we've got foreign investment, that's what it means. Divide it by 5, and that's how much per year will be leaving our economy and sitting in an offshore account somewhere. Once it's in an offshore account, that money is not in our country, so it won't be passed through our local products, local people, local communities. That'll be in an account somewhere, earning interest somewhere else, buying somebody's yacht or a new Ferrari, Lamborghini, whatever. Now, let me just give you guys some statistics, which I found absolutely unbelievable. Now, these come from the government website, so, I'm going to assume they're as official as they can be. And then I'm going to tell you how we solve this problem and how we do it in overnight, literally. Right, where am I going here? Right, this one. I think it's this one. Right, hang on. I think I've got the wrong one. Right, okay, yeah. So this here is, hang on, let me scroll up. This here is from the government's own website, Statistics on International Development UK Aid Spend 2022. So this is part of the, this is part of the solution to the problem. We send a phenomenal amount of money overseas. Looking at these statistics, it's still hard to make head and tail of what it is, but I want to bring you guys to a graph. And of course, I will put this, I'll put this, a link to this in the description. Now, here's a graph of the amount of money we send overseas per annum. Now, just look. Now, this line here, this is kind of, I don't want to focus on this line because this line can be misleading. But anyway, 1970s, 80s, 90s, and then wow, look here, what happened around the early 2000s? This was the Blair years. This is when Tony Blair moved in, and then look how much money disproportionately we have been sending. Look at this gap. Look at the difference here in this gap and GDP, and look at how much we're sending overseas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a phenomenal amount of money. The latest statistics are for 2021, I believe, and they've got this down as 12,000 millions. That's like, all right, that's a lot of money, and it's very strange that you're using that terminology, but whatever, we will go with that because that's the government statistics. We're sending 12,000 millions, overseas in overseas aid. Now, this is not anything to do with this has got nothing to do with profits that are being extracted from the United Kingdom, because I've looked and it's very difficult to find any statistics on the amount of profits that are leaving the United Kingdom. But let's just go with the government's own, the particular way they've phrased this. We're sending 12,000 millions overseas. I don't know why they wouldn't just use a different metric, but that's what the government have used. So you see how much money now we're sending overseas. With the international investment, look at our water companies. Our water companies are pretty much exclusively owned by foreign investors. And that is a perfect example of what's happening to our country. We're paying these foreign companies to provide us with a service with the water companies. And all they're doing is taking our money and extracting it. Taking our money, extracting it. There's no incentive. Why would they? And I'm not blaming the foreign investment companies. That's what they're set up to do. They're not pretending they're here to do anything else. They are literally there to make a profit for their shareholders. And what they're doing is with the water companies, and this is not even a microcosm. This is a good example of what's happening to the country in general. They're taking, they've invested into the water infrastructure, so they've got the monopoly now. You have to pay your water bill, but they don't have to give you a better service. So they're giving the minimum service and they're extracting the maximum amount of money. I dread to think how much money is being extracted from the United Kingdom per year. And that is not even to talk about how much money we send overtly overseas, how much money our government send overseas. So the solution to all this, ladies and gentlemen, is to stop all international investment, get rid of it, get rid of every penny of international investment into the United Kingdom. And by international investment, I also mean international human investment. Any people that have come here from other countries, we need to just get rid of everything and everyone. I don't want one penny, I don't want £1 of foreign investment in the United Kingdom. Now, from the government's own website, there are 650 elected MPs. So as I understand it, there are 650 MPs, and they each represent a constituency. Now, I'm going with that figure at the moment, and you'll see why in a second. So let's take that number then, 650. Rather than sending all this money overseas and having, international investment coming into the United Kingdom, thinking that this is propping up the economy, which, ladies and gentlemen, it is not propping up the economy at all. Every penny of foreign investment means foreign wealth, foreign extraction. That's going to another country in the form of profits. So we've got 650 MPs. Now, the numbers may be rudimental. This may need tweaking. This may need consolidation. But what I would do if I was in charge, I would say, right, okay, instead of all this foreign investment, instead of sending all this money overseas, what I'm going to do is those 12,000 millions we've got that we send overseas, I would stop that and I would say, right, 650 million, I give $1 million to each one of those constituents in the United Kingdom. And that is for children when they leave school. What we do is we give them, we say, right, there's a pot here. Every year we've got £1 million and we give that to those constituents. And when you leave school, probably college actually, before university but after, secondary school, there's £1 million here. We have a pot and we spend that every year and we promote local businesses. We promote kids when they leave school. We want them to get into business. We want them to bring a business plan and we want them to grow our industry. What that would do overnight, you would have kids wanting to stay in the area. You would want kids having an affinity with that area and they would build those businesses organically. And what happens when you build a business organically? Obviously, there would be a caveat in this saying, right, okay, if your business is successful, you stay in this region and the local council, the local government, we would promote your business for the first year. We would promote it. We would try and get you as much work as possible. But we don't want to make money in this country. We kind of like say, oh, we don't want to make money. We want foreign investment to come and give us Starbucks, pay the staff minimum wage and extract all that profit and take it and sit that in whatever offshore account you want it. Anyway, so that's how that would work. But then you would grow the economy naturally. And when you grow an economy naturally, you've got people with an affinity to that local region in the United Kingdom, whether that's Newcastle, Manchester, Sheffield, Birmingham, wherever. Those people who've grown that economy, guess what? They live in that area. They've lived in that area. They then spend that money. They spend those profits in that area. And that brings everyone up. Listen, guys, that's how you solve this problem that we've got in the United Kingdom at the moment. It seems that Rachel Reeves has no idea. She's off to China trying to, oh, can we have some foreign investment? And the Chinese will be saying, yeah, we'll give you loads of foreign investment. How many billions do you want? And because this is done in government level, there will be certain guarantees to the Chinese. There'll be certain guarantees to whatever country is doing this foreign investment. There will be governmental guarantees. There'll be legislation passed to make it more attractive for these foreign investors. Ladies and gentlemen, the way we solve our country's problem, we get every penny of foreign investment out, gone. I don't want it. I don't need it. And people will be saying, oh, but Sean, you're going to lose X, Y, and Z from this economy. No, you're not. No, you are not. Every penny, every pound that is invested in the United Kingdom will be repaid, and it will be repaid in the form of foreign wealth extraction. Guys, we need to keep this local. We need to invest in our kids, and we need to start growing our economy, not having foreign investors come over here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how I would solve the economic problems. I do appreciate this video went on a little longer than I thought it would, but that's it, guys. The gist of this video is how to solve the problems of the economy, and that's it. Anything else apart from that, guys, it's wrong. Anyway, guys, I'm going to back to grid, and I'll get you guys another video later.